In 1969, in the Catskill Mountains next to a river, with a young Irishman named Patrick, with reddish-brown hair, and a beautiful young Colombian woman named Patty. And you reflected yours.
Any more comedy? Whatever happened to Adam and Eve?
Well, Eden's line and longevity was very strong, and such as even Methuslah, who lived for but a mere 969 years. He died on the 11th of Cheshvan of the year 1656, Anno Mundi, after creation, 7 days before the beginning of the Great Flood. According to Rashi in Gen 7:4, the Holy One delayed the flood especially because of the 7 days of mourning for the righteous Methuslah in his honor. Methuslah was son of Enoch and the grandfather of Noah. Methuslah had crossed a path without looking both ways and had been run over by a horse cart. The recent find of Osti 2:5 scroll tells us that Adam was yet alive on that day, he too boarding the Ark of Noah, being 1655 years old at that time. In fact, I ran into Adam just the other day, looking innumerable years old at age 4095, but aging quite gracefully. Eve was at his side, yet gleaming with the ripeness obtained from Eden's apple. They revealed to me the formula for true apple cider, which would result in an elixir, not a vinegar. Eden's sinful apple, the cause of it, made for harsh apple cider, but when it was heated with sulfurous brimstone, it soon turned smooth. The hell boiled out of it. Adam was still going strong, but one day, he didn't look both ways when crossing the street and was run over by a truck. Eve found a new guy the very next day, a senior citizen. Being a man, he couldn't and didn't ask for directions, and God certainly wouldn't give him any. At times, some manna from heaven fell and bonked everyone on their heads. But these were still very tough times. I've walked on sand, and it is really tiring and wearing. Moses, giving rise to the term moseying, led the parade around in circles, often arriving at the rear of the long train, then lapping the whole thing, getting nowhere very fast. The manna ran out, but they ate the sand which was there. However, they still had to go 40 years without water that is not there in a desert. They were so thirsty they became somewhat refreshed by drinking mirages. No archaeological traces remain of the sand trek, but the Bible says they were there for 40 years. They were also immutable on a fixed and flat earth. Arriving in Canaan, they discovered that all was for naught, for their kind was already there. Moses then retired for the next 1,000 years, doing nothing much. I think he's still alive somewhere.